oxygen or liquid kerosene with oxygen using the Apollo, comes out at the end, and that energy then expels the exhaust material at some fairly high velocity, and the higher the better. And so essentially you have a situation where you can regard the rocket and its fuel as a single isolated system that conserves momentum, and if you balance the momentum that goes into the exhaust, you can then work out by how much the rocket changes. And so that's what we're going to do to start off with, to work out the fundamental equation for rockets. Okay, so this is actually inspired by Jules Verne, actually. The first work on rockets came from people who looked at his stuff and thought they could try to actually put it into a sort of more mathematical form. Okay, so let's just say that rockets burn fuel which is ejected at high speed in one direction, while the rocket accelerates in the other. Accelerates in the other direction. Or just other. But it's quite, if you go back, one of the guys who worked on this was Robert Goddard, and you might have heard of the Goddard Space Flight Center, which is sort of named after him. He did that around the 1930s, and people didn't believe it was possible. It's a bit silly, since you would have seen fireworks and stuff, so they didn't actually believe that you could have a rocket in a vacuum and actually cause any acceleration. They thought you had to sort of press against something. And it's true that you can sometimes think that a rocket is, when it's taking off from the ground, it's pressing against the ground. It isn't. It's literally the rocket itself is pressing against its exhaust. And it doesn't matter if there's nothing in the way of the exhaust. So it works perfectly well in space. In fact, it works best in space. So draw the following diagram. So here's a before. Sorry, I should just say somewhere that momentum of the rocket and exhaust is conserved. So momentum of rocket plus exhaust is conserved. And that's the fundamental principle we're going to use to try to work out the rocket equation. Okay, so start off before, and we just have a mass m. This is rocket plus exhaust. I'm trying to make it a bit more realistic. I'm not very autistic, that's particularly bad even by my standards. That's my rocket, so that's mass m. And then after, we're going to have...
Hi there, could you make a very quick ragu delivery, please?
I'm not sure to get going.
Do you have Tom Marsh in here?
Unfortunately, yes. Could you come up here?
We have a rather romantic poem for you.
Hi. Four vectors are powerful, one forms are true. All through the year, we're thinking of you. You turb our space-time, your equations sublime. So much to be done, you can only express in rhyme. We contract our hearts in kinematics and art. Let tensor manipulations flourish. Wonders to start. Four vectors are powerful, one forms are true. All through the year, we're thinking of you.
One more thing, a lap dance from Mr. Tom Marsh. Thank you very much.
If I ever find out who the rest right, okay. Remember where I was. That's not very fair, I think you moved it,